such a place as, happily ever after? Well, according to worldwide surveys, that this is one of the top 10 most livable cities in the world. And I also happen to learn from Oprah Winfrey that some of the happiest people in the world who say that it has the best quality of life is from here. Take a look at that dog. It's so happy and joyful. And take a look at me. I'm freezing, but that's okay because I'm here. Welcome to Helsinki, Finland. Just learned that the arts is a very large and main focus in Finnish culture. And here in the music hall, which is right at the city center, there's a lot of concerts that are held here. There's even a music academy that was named after Sibelius, who is the most famous Finnish musician and composer. There you go. And in fact, now they're even rehearsing for a concert that they are going to be having tonight. And it's free to enter. You can just sit, relax, take a look at the beautiful architecture. And if you notice, the building is mostly a lot of glass. And that is because a big chunk in the year is quite dark. Sometimes like November, December, when it's darkest, there's only 5 hours of sunlight. So they try and maximize natural light as much as possible. The building across the music hall is the Parliament, which is now being highly renovated. There's a lot of scaffolding, but behind those walls, it's quite interesting is to know that it's Finnish women who were the very first in the world who were allowed to be a part of Parliament. So women empowerment right there, equality. In fact, I remember watching an episode in Oprah where they were showing how it's here in Finland where women are really treated as equals in relation to men. Well, if you're really old-fashioned and you still wanted to be treated like a princess, I don't know how that would apply. But it certainly goes to show that there are some parts of the world where women, men can truly live together cohesively, balanced, and respectfully. And in some places, well, maybe kind of need to catch up a little. But there's always hope. Always hope. So the most important building in all of Helsinki, or in all of Finland, is the Rock Church. So if you take a look around, it's all made of rock. It was actually built in the 1960s. But the reason why the music sounds so good is because together with the rock, there's a lot of copper. And the copper, well, from my understanding, is a good reflect sound better, I guess. The sound waves like bounce in a more concrete way. Guys, I'm really making that up, but our tour guide was just saying that apart from the rock, it's really because of the copper that makes the sound even more crisp and clear. Just like the piano player. I don't even know if he works here or he just decided to like play some tunes for everyone. Now this church, if you want to get married here, you're going to have to book a year in advance for free. That's how high the taxes are that you can get married here and you don't have to pay a thing. It's pretty awesome. Church right over there. This is the symbol of the city. That is the Helsinki Cathedral. And I remember it was all white. There was a lot of stairs. And yeah, it's a Lutheran church actually. And this open area right here, this is the Senate Square. Well, they don't have a Senate anymore, but it has retained its name. Ah, I still remember, and she is still as white as ever. Okay, so the Finnish people truly had so much respect for Sibelius, the famous composer and musician. So they wanted to create a memorial or a monument to celebrate his memory and everything, all his contributions in the name of art and music. And this is exactly that. Now, you can interpret it subject to interpretation. Unfortunately, because the Finnish people are very traditional, they were pissed. And they did not like it because they said, hey, it's a memorial of a person. Where is his face? So, to appease the people, 3 years later, she had created something nearby to the structure with his face just to say, there, make you happy. And there he is. It's art. It's art, people. It's art. And it's also very cold. So there she is from behind. What does she look like to you? It could even look like meteorites. It could look like a shape of a certain country. It could be anything you want. But to me, it's a work of art. It's breathtaking. They're very happy. And they look like they had a bit of margaritas or something with those hats. Good for them, girl! Just killing time before we have dinner in Caffeali. I think that's the name of the restaurant. Apparently it's historical. And it's right in the middle of the park. And there's like, it looks like a greenhouse, like all the glass windows. And reservations for 9 o'clock. And look, it is still so sunny. So even if it's late, you can still walk around the city and feel safe. But then again, this is, I mean, the fact that this is one of the most livable cities in the world can only tell you how safe it is. But no matter what, it's always good to stay on the safe side. So always stay where the lights are, walk where there's people around, try not to go where all the little side streets, try to always walk the main roads, and I think you should be fine. Just like the supermarket. Okay, what to get? They have set meals, so when you can't really figure out what to get, but we want to get a Taste of Finland platter, which is basically a culmination of different things, different delicacies. There's the mellow black salsify soup, char-grilled and marinated Baltic herring, seglind potatoes, elk meatball, pumpkin puree, almond potato puree, and wild boar. And for my main dish, I'm probably either gonna get the charred grilled whitefish hollandaise with fried scallops or the grilled cod and cod croquette. That sounds so tasty. Shall we? So while waiting for our food, so Cappelli opened in 1867. So initially when this was built, it was really intended to be a cafe and a restaurant. Now before this actual restaurant was built on these grounds, this was actually just a modest milk stand that was run by a shepherd. Now Cappelli, they say that the word comes from the Latin word means shepherd. In Finnish, Cappelli means chapel. While the exterior of this, there's a lot of glass and there's a lot of, well, not really stained glass, but it is still glass. And I don't know whether it really looks like a chapel, but it certainly has a beautiful, unique architecture. And it is one of the must-visit restaurants here in the city. I'm like so tired and so flat-chested. It's actually nice that, you know, even if I love spending time with my family, I think you guys can all agree that sometimes you just need some time alone. And yeah, having your own room is quite nice, even just for one night. You know, every time I travel, what you guys don't see is for every place I go to, I'm always thinking, how can I make this? How can I turn this into something that I can share with people? And I don't mean in the, oh my god, look at me, I'm so amazing, I'm popping bottles or I'm buying all these things. No, it really is like I want to be able to share things with you guys that even if you're in the office, you're at home, you're in the toilet, you're stuck in traffic, that I can really take you guys with me and not necessarily to just escape, because I don't want you guys to escape from your own life. I want you to love your life, right? So rather than wanting you to escape, I want you guys to be inspired and create new adventures for yourself, whether it be truly going on a trip or just doing something that you're not used to doing, going out of your comfort zone. So I hope with each and every little thing that I get to share with you guys and show you that that's another coin in the bank for you guys to save up, or just another opportunity to do something different. So anyway, good night from Helsinki. I super love the breakfast here. Everything's organic, gluten-free, lactose-free. It's like this area is usually a bar at night, and then in the morning it becomes a breakfast area. I wanted to show you guys some of the things that you can buy here in the market. I mean, they have pate, and what we're used to is usually like beef or pork, but look at this, there's elk. There's bear. There is reindeer. They have reindeer over here. So if we have maling spam, they have elk meat, and then they even have here too, like gourmet reindeer pate. I know, maybe for some of us it's a little heartbreaking because when you think of reindeer, we think of Santa Claus. But you know, this is part of their food culture, so it's just really interesting to see how it is served in a variety of ways. course, there's candy. Once again, licorice of different flavors. Let's get this. Oh my god, take a look at these giant wraps. It's a reindeer wrap. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. A very rare occurrence of traffic happening here in Helsinki. They've closed off a lot of roads. Not to panic. I think that we believe there's like a really important guest from China who's here, because even from yesterday we saw a lot of Chinese tourists like holding little flags, the Finnish flag and the Chinese flag, as if like to wave like this. And at the same time there's like police all over the place trying to reroute cars and people. Yeah, and then so we're not really sure who it is, but I just wanted to get this on video just in case it is something majorly historical that's about to happen. So the president of China, well, he's in one of those cars. Where? Which one? Where? Well, and his entourage. Oh, that's so cool. No wonder there's so many police and keeping watch, and they've closed off the roads, and now we know why. Can you say that again? Only one time in 1995?
Yeah, the president of China have visited Finland.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the second time.
Very nice. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for helping us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
How amazing is that? We've only been to 3 countries, and all three separate times we have chanced upon, first, which is in Sweden, we chanced upon the king being driven out of the palace, and then second in Copenhagen, where there was a changing of the guards. We're not sure who exactly it was, but it was royalty who had been driven out as well. And then now we may be in the different country, but we saw, well, the car of the president of China on his visit to Finland. Isn't that amazing? In a span of how many days? Jesus is awesome. The weather, not so much.